All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. We got to do some drafting today. We got to do some drafting. We're going to be over in the Underdog streets on the double dribble. We'll see if we can fill a couple of these before we get out of here, huh? Still waiting for 7 more over on the Dog app. Here we can share. We can share the screen. We can share the screen and go over there. I actually. Oh wait, hold on. We gotta fix this. Goodness gracious. I actually went. I got through a couple of these over the weekend. I was pretty impressed with how quickly these bad boys were filling. So I was hoping. I was hoping we were going to get a little repeat action, but what I figured we could do is go over a little bit of the news, and then a couple of the squads we were rostering over the weekend, and then hopefully this thing fills. But I was pretty surprised. So I saw a report over, I think on Saturday, that and I thought it was some like bull Twitter account. You know what I mean? Like just somebody just throwing some crap against the wall. Hope it gets like 100,000 retweets, some jokes, memes, whatever. But it was that the Chicago Bulls were looking at bouncing Nikola Vucevic, and not even in a trade. They're like, if we can't find a trade partner for Vuce, we're just going to release him. Now, why would you say that? Like, if you're still actively trying to trade him, why would you say that? That you just like now, if you're another team, I mean, I guess you would still be competing against other people that had cap space. I just don't know why. Like that feels like a quick way to just rug all of your the leverage. But anyways, so it sounds like Vooch could absolutely get bounced here. And if that does happen, I wanted to just like pull up the Bulls here because the Bulls are in such a weird spot roster wise. I'll blow it up a little bit. Right now they have Giddey and Kobe White. Those two guys. Oh no, I'm sorry. Vooch is going in between Giddey and Kobe White, but I just have Vooch ranked much lower. And then it's Bucelis and Ayo Dosunmu, and those are only the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys here that have an ADP. And one of the conversations we were having recently was just like that Matas Bucelis is going so high. And I know some of that might have been what people saw in the second half of the season for Chicago. And I was questioning, like, how real is that? I know I was talking with TST and Jeb over the weekend, where it's like right now, Bucelis is going ahead of guys like Cam Johnson, OG Anunoby, Christian Brown. He's going like in the 70s, right? And that feels pretty high. But if we do remove Vooch here from the Chicago Bulls, it does make me wonder if all of a sudden Bucelis becomes a little bit more interesting because, like, right, so Vooch is probably playing what 29 to 34 minutes a game, something like that. And there are other big options. There's Zach Collins, who's still there, and Jalen Smith. We know they added Noah Senge. We know Patrick Williams is slowly becoming out of favor with Chicago, even though he's already been paid. I just wonder, like, can they get away with doing some small ball Bucelis? I actually need to like double check. He's 6'10". He's probably not. He's too thin to do that. But I just wonder how they're going to. I wonder how they're going to approach it if they really do move Vooch and it's not done in a trade. Like, are they really just like, okay, I guess like Zach Collins, you play 20 minutes, and Jalen Smith, you play 20 minutes. I just wonder if that opens up. Man, Weisberg coming into the chat immediately throwing some caps lock in there. Just the cat. I don't know. The cap stays down. The cap stays down. Yeah, but I just don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't like, does that give Bucelis a little bit more of a ceiling? And I'm throwing it out there because for me personally, I'm having a tough time. I'm having a tough time clicking his name at where he's going. We get Sneeps in the chat too. What's up, Sneeps? I'm having a tough time clicking him where he's going, but I don't want to completely fade somebody like that because if he is able to access some ceiling, I don't want to just be completely nuked because I didn't take a shot on him. But yeah, I don't know if anybody's got any Bulls takes in there. I don't really know what to do with Noah Senge either. I know he doesn't have an ADP. I actually don't hate taking a couple of stabs on Senge late. Just the rookies. But like Kevin Huerter's still on this team. Seems so weird. They still have Trey Jones. It's just a weird ass team. They got Yuki. They got some Yuki. Let's look at some of the drafts that we've completed here so far in the last couple of days. Let's see what we got. There was one that I really liked. Here. I don't know if it was this most recent one, but we can view the full draft. Let's blow it up a little bit more. So I picked out of the 4 spot. Wemby fell to me at 4 here. The Wembanyama at 4 was pretty nuts. And I love it. And I love that. So we go Wemby, and then I ended up going 4 wings in a row. Now, part of that was because of what was left when it was my turn. Like, I guess I probably could have taken Donovan Mitchell here and started Victor, Siakam, Franz. But when I saw Siakam fall to 21, I was like, okay, hell yeah, let's get Spicy P there. And then we saw Franz at 28, which is at ADP. That was fine. But my intention there was to take another guard, or I'm sorry, to take my first guard with round 4. But if I was taking a guard here, right, you already saw Foxes off the board, Heroes off the board, Derek White. I didn't really want Dyson Daniels to be my first pick. And then it felt crazy to take somebody like Jalen Green, Jamal Murray, Austin Reeves at 45 versus 53. So what I ended up doing was taking DeRozan there. And then I had the same thought process where I was like, crap, I think I'm going to end up taking another wing. And what I was hoping would happen was that Trey Murphy would be off the board by the time I was picking at 52. I was hoping because if Josh Hart was still there, if Jimmy Butler or Brandon Miller, I think I would have taken one of Jalen Green, Jamal Murray, Austin Reeves, or Bane. Instead, because Trey Murphy is still there, I just grabbed Trey Murphy. Also, what's up? It's Hershey. I just grabbed Trey Murphy. Now I have 4 wings. I think that was the last wing that I took. So the start here is Wemby, Spicy P, Franz Wagner, DeMar DeRozan, and then Trey Murphy. So then now I just rattle off some guards. We get Jordan Poole at pick 69, nice, in the 6th round. Follow that up with Emmanuel Quickly with pick 76. Then we go Malik Monk, Kevin Porter Jr., Jalen Suggs, Devin Vassell. So we rip off guards from rounds 6 all the way to 10. 5 straight round. I'm sorry, to 11 with 6 straight guards. Then I double clicked bigs, and the reason being here, because I wanted Isaiah Hartenstein. I got sniped for. No, I did not get sniped from Isaiah Hartenstein. I chose Vassell over. I was hoping Hartenstein or Kyle Filipowski was going to fall to 141 here at 12. When it became Daniel Gafford, I just clicked Gafford. I was like, I just need to get another big in there. And because it was Gafford and I don't feel 100% safe with him, I grabbed a 3rd big in Eves Missy. I think if I took any big, like if I took Hartenstein, I think I would have only had 2 bigs. I would have shut it down there. But because of that, I took 3 of them. So I went Gafford, Missy, and then what was that last pick there? Oh, no, I had 3 picks after that. Then I went Jeremiah Fears with pick 14, Jarris Walker with pick 15. So I did get a 5th wing, but it was Walker. And then I got Jalen Wells there. So what was that? That build ended up being 8 guards, 5 wings, 3 bigs. That maybe is my favorite one so far. I think that draft is fire. Maddie said the only downside of that draft is that you will never have a week when your first 5 picks all score for you. Yeah, that is a good point. That is a good point, right? That there is some downside in that. That's totally fair. That is totally fair. But I like having that. I just feel like I've got some real spike week wings in Siakam, Franz, and Trey Murphy. I don't really consider DeRozan a spike week type wing, but he provides floor. He provides floor. And then Jarris Walker, I'm really starting to talk myself into Jarris Walker, but I also like him in this lineup where I have these 4 stud wings. That Jarris Walker is almost treated like a handcuff there, which, normally I don't ever draft anybody that's a handcuff related thing. But this is good because if the Pacers go into tank mode, Spicy P gets shut down, right? Maybe he carries me to the All-Star break. Then we get to the postseason. Siakam, and you got to think when we get to those postseason rounds, if Siakam cooked so much, that was a big advance rate piece, let's just assume. And I don't know if he then gets shut down, if how many of those teams also have Jarris Walker. So again, I'm telling myself a story. So that's one. What are we waiting for here? Let me just double check. Not that we're still 5 more. Come on, people. Let's do it. Let's go check out another one. I had another interesting build. This was oh, I hated this team, actually. This team was not nearly as fun. I think was Matty in this one? No. We started from the 12 hole. So in this one, we started Trey Young, Jaylen Brown. I've actually been slowing down on JB a little bit. Badge Bros taking Spicy P at 83. Just saw that. It was a hot Cheetos level bit. Wait, Pascal Siakam fell to 83? Is that what you're saying just happened? Also, great LaMelo reference. 80. I don't understand how that happened. Or did they rank him at 83? But anyways, we went Trey Young, Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, I'm souring on a little bit. I'm still going to take him. I'm just nervous about the Celtics season. Then we double clicked Maxey and Denny. So we started 2-2. And then Garland, DeAndre Ayton, Cam Johnson, reached for Onyeka a little bit for my second big because I didn't really feel comfortable with DeAndre Ayton. Then we went Keontae, Aaron George, Bilal Coulibaly, Filipowski, Herb Jones, Ty Jerome, Bryce Sensabaugh, and Jay Huff. Starting to talk myself into Jay Huff a little bit more too, and I don't know if that's because I just saw him do a bunch of dunks on Twitter, but here we go. I'm alive. Oh, you refer to Spicy P as Peyton Pritchard. Okay. I was gonna say. So that one was a kind of a fun one. I didn't hate that draft, but there was another one with Embiid that I actually kind of dug. Is it this one? Yeah. Okay. So this one I thought was pretty sick. So we start at the 7. Maddie was in this one. Maddie, let's do Maddie's team since he was here. So he started up. This start was sick. I actually DM'd him about it and he didn't respond. So that's something I'm thinking about, man. But anyway, started Joker, KD, Amen Thompson. I don't know how often KD is. I don't know how often he's falling to that far down in the 2, but I like that. Jared says I got in. Shout out J Mag. Let's go. But anyways, I really like that start of Joker, KD, and Amen Thompson. I think that's really fun. I think Amen Thompson, I gotta like revisit where I think his fantasy ceiling is this year, but I do. I like him that's fine right there. And then goes Bane, Jamal Murray. That's like a good, let's get some guards on the board. Takes Miles Turner. Now, I don't know why I just can't get involved with Miles Turner, but at 72, that's great. And then I probably would shut it down for bigs there, but let's see what he did. He went Levine, then KPJ at 96. The Bobby Portis for 9. Then you get the Pod God, Dylan Harper, Herb Jones, grabs Eves Missy in round 13. Then Middleton, Shep, and Reed Shepard, and Sammy Hauser kid. That's a fun team. I ended up going here with the Paolo Cat start. Cat made the thumbnail. I'm starting to get excited about the Karl Anthony Towns experience. I feel like I think I'm very excited about Brunson. I think we already talked about this, but Brunson, Cat, OG, and Mikal. I think for Josh Hart, I think he's getting drafted a little bit too high. IMO. Can you guys still see the screen? It's not showing up over here. Oh yeah, you can. But yeah, I'm getting kind of excited about the Cat. We got Patty Coyne in there. Let's go. All right, what else we got? Sorry. All right, Paolo, Cat, and then we went LaMelo, and then Joel Embiid fell to pick 42. I am a sucker for this. If Embiid is going to fall into the 40s, I'm going to take a shot on him. I am. It's really good. I can't help it. Even if you told me he's only going to play 50 games, but I'm getting him at pick 42, I'm just going to take a shot at that ceiling. J Max said I played Underdog like twice a year and only because of your stream. So there we go. Hell yeah, Jared. Hell yeah. Hopefully you draft a good team, Jared, and then you win a bunch of money. But anyways, I like Embiid. Then I went Jimmy there. So Jimmy was my second wing, I believe. Yeah, Paolo, then Jimmy. Okay, so then we went Cam Thomas, Anthony Simons. I don't really love Anthony Simons, but this was at a weird spot. I honestly, if I could do it over, probably would have taken Nembhard there. And then you had JC, are you with me? Johnny Collins, Tobias Harris, who went Jalen Suggs, Bilal Coulibaly again. Aaron Neesmith, who I've been trying to get more of lately, and I just haven't been able to. All right, what else do we have here? Quentin Grimes, Jarris Walker, mentioned Jay Huff again, and then Neek Clifford, trying to get some of him. But yeah, I really like that squad. That was a 6-7-3 build. To have Cat Embiid is kind of nice, and then if it works, it works. Let's see what actually hold on. Let me see how many more are we waiting for. We're still waiting for 5 more. Come on. We can look at some exposures here. So yeah, it's surprising absolutely no one. We got a ton of Bilal Coulibaly, probably a little too much Franz Wagner. Hold on, I just got an email. Wait, that's so funny. What just happened here? I just got an email. The over 40 reminder. This is so funny. I wonder if somebody we just got smoked this week. And we get smoked. Our basketball team got smoked this week. And I got hurt in that game. It was not a fun game. I just got an email that was like, hey, just a reminder, everybody's going to be over 40. I love the idea if somebody complained. If somebody complained after they kicked our ass, which is pretty funny. I wonder if it was just a standard email that went out, but it looked like it went just to me. I don't know. Anyways, all right. So, yeah, let's look at the guards. Cam Thomas, I got way too much Cam Thomas. I don't even know if he's going to play basketball because I don't know if you saw this over the weekend. Cam Thomas unfollowed the Brooklyn Nets, and that changes everything. Unfollowed him on Instagram. What does it mean? What does it mean? So probably too much Cam Thomas, too much Jordan Poole. I got a lot of Keyshawn George, though. I do like the Keyshawn George exposure through 15. I think I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the Keyshawn. What else we got? We've got Malik Monk down here. A little do your D's hang low. D'Angelo Russell. We got KPJ down here. So kind of condensed in the guard. Jalen Wells seems to be a popular last round pick for me. I actually have more shares of Jeremiah Fears than I thought. I finally stopped clicking Scoot Henderson. I think I had Scoot. I've got 3 shares of him so far, and I think they were all in the first 3 drafts I did. But anyways, that's the guard spot. The Wangs, I mentioned Bilal Coulibaly and Franz. We got some Trey Murphy over here. Ryan Dunn, I had him too high in my ranks for a while, moved him down. But we're pretty spread out after this, like 4 for Ryan Dunn, 4 Jarris Walker, 4 Herb Jones, DeRozan, Toby, Toppin. So it's like spread out. We moved Rui way down too, so we won't have Rui as much. And then some Paolo. We got a little bit of Paolo, but it's pretty spread out. And then the bigs here, Jay Huff leading the way. Huff, Huff, pass, baby. Huff, Huff, pass. Jay Huff leading the way. We've got, what else do we have here? Danny Gaff, a little too much Gaff. We get some Filipowski, Onyeka, Okongwu, AD. So we get some fun stuff happening. So I'm enjoying, I wish they filled at a faster rate, but it's been nice to sprinkle in some of these. I don't know how if other people are getting involved in these drafts at all. But yeah, over the weekend had like a decent fill rate. I think part of that had to do with because I think I did it on Friday. Part of that on Saturday, the football, they dropped some new football contests. But I actually thought most of those football ones filled up. But I'm sure they're always dropping new contests. But the Badge Bros one, I finally started dabbling into football too. I was so far behind this year, but finally started getting involved in the football streets and doing a pretty bad job all around. But at least we're drafting. We're getting our feet wet. We had a decent baseball night too. We're a 3-sport athlete these days. But we were doing some baseball. But yeah, that's it. I don't know. Is there any other like NBA news going on these days? I saw Jeb shared something about DeAndre Ayton leaving somebody in Turks and Caicos. All right, DeAndre. Let's see. Was there anything else? Ben Simmons, it sounds like, is going to the Celtics, which just kill me now, man. Kill me now. So that's not fun. What else we got? Anything else? Oh, Joker. The Joker reactions were hilarious. I don't know if you guys saw. I'm sure you saw that yesterday with his reaction to his horsey winning. Yeah, Vooch, I was just I led the show with that. It's Hershey. We were going over all the Bulls stuff. I'm very surprised by that. One, I'm surprised they can't find anybody to trade with them. Patrick, that video was crazy, man. I honestly, I hope they are unrecognizable, you know? Because I imagine they're in college, right? Maybe like early, they had to be in college. It's just tough to go back to school, you know? It's just a weird spot. Like, I guess like I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that we should have finger blasting in public. That's not what I'm saying. But I just don't know if we record that. Somebody's just gonna be like, hey man. I say, hey, I see what's going on. Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to hey? Whatever happened to hey? It was hot too, Patrick. Not sexually. Like, it was really hot outside. It's so hot in New York right now, too. It's so freaking hot in New York. It's gross. Yeah, I don't know what Chicago is doing, man. I really don't know what Chicago's doing. Sorry, let me pull back up the draft here so we can. We're still waiting for 5. We need some fivers. We need 5 of you to get in there. Get in this draft. Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't think it was that interesting. Not that it wasn't interesting. Yeah. Wait, you're more concerned about who took the photo? Wait, what? The agent for Jokic meeting with LeBron was pretty interesting. I don't think LeBron is trying to play with the Nuggets, but here's a question about that photo. Who took it? Based on what? Based on what? Couldn't it be like, the fucking captain? It could have just been the captain of the ship, man. Also, wouldn't Josh Kroenke just be in the photo? Man, we need basketball, dude. We need Eurobasket back bad. Who took it? Weisberg out here putting his chat in here, like he's a detective in a film noir. Oh. Also, Mike, does your keyboard do you have an AI or a Chat GPT thing that tells you which one to capitalize? You know, like which one word? I saw you when I showed up to the Badge Bros chat. It was a lot of caps, man. I like it. A long relationship. No, I love it. All right, all right. You're just vibing. All right. If you're just joining us here, let's get into the double dribble. Let's get a draft in here. Let's get a draft in here, huh? What else is going on? You know what? Actually, I'll tell you what else is going on. I am going to Europe here in a couple weeks. Actually, holy shit. A week from Friday or a week from Saturday. Wow, I'm not ready. And so I'm going to be gone for at least a week, but it actually seems like I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks now because for whatever reason, it is just not impossible. It is wildly expensive to get back from Germany compared to almost any other country in the world. That's not true, but in Europe almost. So I think what we're going to end up doing instead, because it was like 1,100 almost to get from Frankfurt back to Boston. And so I think we're gonna go hang out in London for like 3 or 4 days after the wedding in Germany. So I'll probably be gone for 2 weeks. It's looking like, but then we hit the ground running. Then we go hard. Go see Nicola. Yeah, we go check out some horses, maybe some horsey races. That would be fun. That would be fun. No, we're doing Paris for a few nights. Then we're making our way to Amsterdam for a few nights, and then Frankfurt for a few nights, and then then either London or Ireland. It's also really cheap to fly out of Amsterdam, so we're thought about doing that too. But I think she's never been to London, so I think we might go do some London. Some London. I think that's what we're gonna do. But yeah, so there's going to be zero content. There'll still be some Celtics daily stuff going up, and especially the second half of the trip. If we need to do an emergency stream, we'll do an emergency stream. We need an emergency right now. I need you bitches to enter this double dribble. Let's go 5 more. Let's get a draft in. My plan was to do 1 draft and then announce it was happy hour, grab a drink, and do a second draft. That was my plan. But at this rate, a second draft won't happen until midnight. You guys are too busy drafting your Pomeranians and your Bulldogs. Also, Patrick Coyne's still in the chat. Look at this. Look at this hat right here, huh? How about this? This is a great gift. I feel like I look like I either look like I can't tell. Either like super no, I can't even do it. You're too busy going at the Yankee game. That's fair, dude. That's fair. Going to eat a lot of spotted dick while in England. Fingers crossed, man. I was just actually looking up. So there's this place called Tuna Fight Club. Have you guys heard of Tuna Fight Club? I was just listening to James Acaster. He's a very funny comedian. He's got this podcast called Off Menu with the other guy I'm blanking on, but Ben Schwartz was on there. But anyways, they were talking about this place called Tuna Fight Club, which is like a grocery store during the day. And then all of a sudden at night, it turns into this like crazy restaurant that's got like champagne and caviar, and they just like bring out. Oh, Ed Gamble, thank you, Matt. They just bring out like a fucking tuna. They just bring a tuna out like on a stretcher. So, anyways, I think I'm gonna do it. Some of us are attempting to look like we're working. Maybe if I had Mikey Zach's real time ranks. Yeah, Mikey Zach's real time ranks though are mostly TST's ranks. So, oh, that's good. There you go, Weisberg. I'm glad your friends are keeping you honest over there. But yeah, that's that. I am looking at that restaurant, so I don't know if they've got spotted dick there, Patrick, but You can spot this dick. But I do think we're looking at some fun spots. Also, I think I've decided I gotta like move around my hierarchy of favorite comedians of all time. We got Unfiltered. Let's go. Unfiltered. Get in this draft, bro. Um, I think I'm throwing James Acaster up on that list. I think I'm throwing Acaster up there. I honestly, and I think Andy Samberg, I'm moving Samberg up the ranks. And it's less about are they the best comedian of all time? They're just people I enjoy. So I think I need two lists. I need to have like a GOAT list, but then just a list of people I like. Just people I like. And I like them. I do. I've been consuming a lot of their content. How do I get TST's ranks? I don't. They're not public. They're not public ranks. We're still waiting for 5 more. Weisberg said, "How do you feel about Happy Gilmore?" You want to know my honest take about Happy Gilmore? I think anybody complaining about Happy Gilmore sucks. That's my take. Whether you liked it, I think to consume Happy Gilmore 2, right? Because the people that were there we go, Weisberg. The people that are also you're not complaining. You're just saying it's a solid 4 out of 10. The people that are complaining about it, most of them are in this age range, right? I would say like late 30s to mid to late 40s, maybe pushing 50, right? When they watched Happy Gilmore this was 20 years ago, right? So I don't know anybody in their right mind that was like, you know what this is going to be like? No Country for Old Men. I think this might win an Oscar. Like anybody that went into that, I thought, and there, people were like complaining about cameos. Bob fucking Barker was in the first one, right? The guy that does the price, and he was great. He was great, but I mean that's what the first one was too. So I don't know. I thought it was fun. I had a very nice time watching it. I think if I paid $20 to go to a theater and then Coke and then popcorn or whatever. And then yes, maybe I'd be like, man, I shouldn't have done that tonight. It was whatever the Netflix cost is. And I enjoyed it happily. And I am a Sandler apologist. Early Sandler is GOAT level stuff. And then what he did, instead of making art that will be remembered forever, he decided to pick tropical locations and keep his boys paid forever. All right? That's what he does. He could be casting other people way more famous, way more talented, way like more buzz. He does not care. He's like, I'm doing this with my boys. That's sick. That's sick. And he does have some art. Yeah, he does. He's done. But this was anybody that was like, I can't believe some of this didn't hold. Yes, you can. It's fucking Happy Gilmore too. Yeah, I just hated it. I honestly, I'm not even mad if you didn't like the movie. I thought it was fine. I had a nice time. I thought the Scotty Scheffler joke was A+. I really enjoyed that. There was a couple of really fun, dumb moments in it, and it was fine. It was fine. But the people that watch the movie and then they go immediately to Twitter and they're like, I if you told me that they were going to recreate something that made so much to me when I was a kid, and then you're going to go do this. I wish you would have never done it at all. I wish you would have never done it at all. Just come on, bro. Grow up. Grow up, you dork. 4 more, baby. 4 more. I thought it was good, though. Haven't even watched it yet. I just enjoy being a hater. Yeah, that's fine, Jeb. And again, I'm not saying you got to like the movie. Just keep like Jay King, great example. Although he was doing a little bit more tongue in cheek. Also one thing, Daigle, who I don't know if you guys all know him because I know some of you don't do fantasy football, but he's a great follow. He tweeted out, what did he tweet out? Oh, we didn't talk about Marcus Morris getting arrested for fraud. Incredible. Okay, where was it? Oh, here it is. So, oh wait, he deleted his tweet. John Daigle deleted the tweet. But anyways, his point was like he was surprised at how many like influencers and wrestlers were in it. And I'll be honest, I had no idea. There were a lot of wrestlers and influencers in the only person I thought was an influencer ended up being a Safety bro. I had to like look up who the villain was, and I had no idea that was a Safety. Once I saw that, then I remembered the casting announcement. But yeah, I don't know. Please make the team hold poster of Mike Sandman Boy. Yeah, shout out Sandman. No. Do you mean twinning and playing his brother on check track? I don't know what he did, man. I don't know what he did. They said he got arrested in Florida though. So I don't know. But I like at least he won't be on First Take, I guess, for a little bit. Kid Cudi was in it. I didn't even recognize who was Kid Cudi. Was Kid Cudi one of the golfers? I didn't even know that either. But yeah, I did. I watched that this week. That was what we did on Friday night. Oh, Saturday night we went out for some banging sushi. Very good. We had very good sushi on Saturday night. It was wonderful. And then we were supposed to go meet up with my wife's friends, and they it just got way too late before they told us. Oh, okay, Sneeps, I got you. It got way too late, and we didn't have to go. That was awesome. Not that I don't love my wife's friends; they're great. They're the reason we went to Ireland a couple years ago, but it sounded like we weren't going to get out there until very late. And I don't have that in my bag anymore, you know? Oh, he was the cop at the end. Oh. But anyways, yeah, sushi banged, and then I get to go home. And what did I do yesterday? I did a lot of work yesterday, actually. That's not fun. That was my weekend. I had a softball game on Saturday. We won, but I didn't play. I didn't play a lot because of this. You guys didn't even get that update. That was on playback. Oh man, Old Man Hoops was down so bad on Friday. So bad. Thursday night, getting double teamed in the corner. Try to get rid of the pass. All my might to throw a little bounce pass in between two dudes. Great defense by one of the guys. Meet the ball. His hand meets the ball at like peak impact. Shoved it felt like my wrist came all the way back up. It was so bad. It was so bad that I did not swear. And I didn't know it. Like I kind of blacked out when it happened. But my teammates were concerned that it was very bad because of how I reacted. Because I swear to God, this is what I did. I didn't yell. I didn't swear. I just kept going. I was holding my wrist like this and I was very focused. And I went, wow. And I said it 3 times. I thought I broke it. It was so painful. It ballooned the next day, but we're actually in much better shape now. I thought it was still a little funky. But I thought it was going to bother me for a couple weeks. And we got smoked. We started that game with 4 dudes. We were down like 16-3 immediately. Oh, it was ugly. I did nutmeg somebody, though. That was pretty sick. Of the cameo stuff, Bad Bunny, not even a cameo. Bad Bunny acted in that movie. He was an actor. He was like in it. MJF is the oldest. Yeah, I don't even know who MJF is. I don't know who that is. But I'm not a big wrestling guy. All right, listen, we need 4 more. Let's get this draft going. Let me tweet this back out. We might be starting to drink early if this keeps up. Come on, let's go. Need 4 in the hoop streets. Water's warm. There we go. Let's get some people in here. Let's get a draft in, huh? Let's grind the NBA streets. Does anybody wait, the Kelsey Plum cameo might have caught me the most off guard. Yeah, I forgot she was in. There was another one that I was surprised by. Shout out to Andrew Santino and Bobby. I like that they both got cameos. That was fun. Yeah, Weisberg, I've seen a couple of different clips of no walking boot for old Mr. Tatum. I still don't think he plays this season, though. Right? I don't think he plays this season. I hope not. Anybody have any good late round takes here in the Underdog streets? 3 more. We're almost here, baby. We're almost here. But yeah, anybody got any late round picks that they've been excited about? I know I've already been touting Jarris Walker a little bit. So you speak to me about Nick Clifford. Is anybody talking themselves into the Cliff Dog? I've seen Igor Demon. He's been going a little bit more. I think I'm off the Dilly Bar train. I don't think I'm messing around with Dillingham. Yeah, I don't know. We need this Vooch situation to get squared up. Vooch and the restricted free agents. Will Tatum come back pre or post All-Star break? You gotta be kidding me. No, he better not come back. You're worried about Neek if they trade for JK? Why is that? Do you think he's going to be included in the trade? Do you think he's going to be included in it? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I don't know. Did they are have they announced the Christmas Day schedule yet? No, they haven't because normally people do podcasts about it. Yeah, I don't think they've announced it yet. No. We don't. We only have last year's. Yeah, they haven't announced it yet. My guess is the Knicks. Oh, actually, do the Celtics not play on Christmas? That's actually the right move. They shouldn't play on Christmas this year. There's enough good teams out there. I would much rather the Pistons play on Christmas. I'd much rather the Thunder play on the Thunder have to. The Bucks, like, give me Giannis. I don't even want to watch the Bucks this year, but I'd rather have Giannis play on Christmas than to watch Ben Simmons throwing outlet passes to Georges Niang. Oh, it's going to be hard to be a Celtics fan this year. They are not going to be fun. They are not going to be fun. He's not going to be back by Christmas. Stop it, Matt. Matt, are you watching some of the Celtics daily videos? I feel like that's what this is where this is coming from. Because the chat over there, I got to tell you, maybe I'm so used to talking to you hoop heads for the most part. You guys have some of your stuff is dumb, but for the most part, you guys have pretty good takes. Man, the Celtics chat is crazy. They're like, wait, you don't think Ben Simmons is a good idea on a vet minimum? That guy can defend 1 through 5. He can throw outlet passes. Joe Mazzulla's going to coach him up. He's going to be shooting threes. Like, Ben Simmons has not guarded 1 through 5 since 2015. I think JK could, but who's included in that trade? I mean, like, I don't think Clifford has good minutes anyways. I think Clifford's minutes are only coming into play if they move off of DeRozan too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think the Clifford play is like a second half of the season anyways. But if they do trade for JK and they're moving off of DeRozan or Levine, I don't know. I don't know the path to Clifford's minutes. You're not excited for Pritch and Simons to put up 30 games? No, I'm not. I mean, or 33s in a game. I am excited to watch it. I'm just saying, don't put them on Christmas. Don't put them on Christmas. Yeah. I just still don't think Clifford, even if, Keon is going to, both of those guys are going to play ahead of Clifford anyways. I'm going to drink in this Walmart if this draft doesn't start soon. Yeah, Maddie, listen, dude, I would love to not have to title those. I don't, for the record, for people tuning into the Celtic stuff, I don't actually title any of that. I just speak into the camera. But those the thumbnails are actually fine. The titles of those videos are brutal. They're brutal. But yeah, the Celtics chat is crazy. They got some bad takes. They all hate Jaylen Brown, which some of you probably think that's a good take. They hate Jaylen Brown. This was the Walker Kessler trade that they proposed. This was the chat. Sam Hauser and Xavier Tillman for Walker Kessler. You know, Anthony does have a beautiful jumper. I mean, they from a fantasy perspective, if you told me they're keeping Simons the whole season, I am pretty intrigued by that. I'm just nervous Simons gets moved, and then I don't know what kind of situation he'd be going to that would be better. Like, he's getting drafted at a place right now that is telling me he's going to be on the Celtics the whole season. But if he get traded to like a contender where now he's doing, bench role minutes versus like 30 minutes of tank ball, I don't know. I'll try to take some of them. Yeah, I know it does. YouTube does tell you to do it. They do. And listen, these guys have been right because listen, we've done a video every single day for, well, not every single day, but like 5 days a week for now 3 months. And in 3 months, we've gotten to 1,700, almost 1,800 subs. And each video, it's already at 1,500 views today. Yesterday's video got almost 5K. It's crazy. It works. It works. Brown is either going to become public enemy number 1 this season, or Celtics fans are going to start telling the team to trade Tatum. No, real ones know that it's fine to have both. You can have 2 good guys on the team. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum can both be on the same team. I think that's fine. I don't know why everyone's got to. Jeb, you are broken. If he's on the Celtics, he's 30 plus. Yeah, I totally agree. If he stays on the Celtics, I love it. I just feel like that's where he's getting drafted, right? He's getting drafted like he's broken. Yeah, Jeb. No, but that's you too, Jeb. You put yourself in that category. I've seen your hate. I've seen the hate in your heart. All right, two more. Come on, let's go. Let's make this draft happen. Let's do it. Do it. Do it. I think I'm gonna get Jokic. I think I'm gonna get a 101. Wemby falling to 4 a couple of times is kind of nuts. You know what's funny? I think after like my second draft, I was talking to myself into Luka being a top 3 pick this season. Also, like, dude, the most predictable thing ever was Luka being in shape, huh? Oh, congrats, Luka. He's in shape. I do think it's funny. There's a handful of people out there out saying that they're like saying that Nico was right by doing this. They're like, see, Nico was right. Nico was right to trade him. Like, he had to bully him. I'm like, what? What? But yeah, that was so funny to see him in shape. But anyways, I was talking myself into Luka at 3, just going because I do think he's going to have an insane season, and like the LeBron stuff is weird, right? So being like, okay, if Jokic 101, Giannis 102, and then going Luka 103. But then I tell you what, you see Wemby fall to you at 4 a couple of times, and you're like, that's bad shit. You got to be taking Wemby 3. You got to be. Do you really think Pritchard will get more than his 28, 29 minutes? Yeah, I mean, I do. I think so. I think he's going to be playing right around that too. Dude, I mean, listen, Unfiltered. This is the Boston Celtics roster right now. Should we do position by position? It's Xavier Tillman, Luka Garza, and Nehemiah Skita. They don't have power forwards. They just don't have any. They don't have any this year. Basically, put Jaylen Brown, Georges Niang. Those are your forward. Baylor Shireman, Hugo Gonzalez, Jordan Walsh. Then they have Derek White, Anthony Simons. Who am I forgetting? Peyton Pritchard. That's it. Like, so even like, yes, I think his minutes are probably right around where they were last year, maybe up a couple more minutes. But I think the minutes that he does get are a little bit more they're fantasy juicier, a better fantasy point per minute. So I think that's going to be fine. I think that's going to be fine for him. And honestly, I think it was Bobby Manning tweeted out the stats over the weekend compare per 36 between Peyton and Simons, and they're so close. Like Peyton, I think averaged 18 points per 36, while Simons averaged 21, but Peyton shot the ball better, both from 3 and from the field, had a higher rebound rate, lower turnover rate. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, Weisberg, that's true. But that is the same case for all of those guys, right? So that's true for Simons too. That's going to be true for Derek White. I think Derek White's actually really mispriced on this. Like, I don't know if I'm going to have a single share of our guy. That's not true. I'm sure I'll have a couple of them. But like, look at where White's going, right? Let's do it by this. Sorry. If we get to 3 people, let me know. I mean, to God, 3. If we start, let me know. Derek White. So let's start where Derek White is going. See, I scrolled by him too fast. Derek White's going right after Tyler Hero. I mean, I guess I would take him before Dyson Daniels, but I honestly think I like Desmond Bain, Jamal Murray, Austin Reeves, Kobe White all more than Derek White. Now, I don't think I have it ranked like that, but I'm just never thrilled to click him, although there's kind of a cliff there, so I guess it does make a little bit more sense. So I have him right around ADP. I've got like Zubac ahead of him, Randall ahead of him. But I mean, for the most part, it's right there. But I don't love it. I don't love the situation for him this year for like the reasons people are talking about in the chat. I just think he now is he going to have to do more creating? And like, how open are those threes now? How open are those threes now with no Tatum out there, with no Porzingis out there, with no Al Horford out there? You know, I don't know. I just don't love it. I don't love it. I also like the Celtics, though they are not. We're talking too much about the Celtics, but they're not saying that they're going to tank, but they're telling us they are by the moves that they're making. And so, if that is the case, That's All-Star break, right? And that's why I don't know. I think like Baylor Shireman's kind of an interesting click late too. Even a Hugo, because if this is true, if they are shutting down White and they're shutting down Brown, or not even shutting them down, but they're playing like 60 games instead of 75. I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, so many minutes available. I know. Well, right, because last year was just so easy. You were like, you're not really drafting Peyton Pritchard in the double dribble last year. It's just like, okay, Tatum and Brown, and then there's a gap, and then it's Porzingis, and then there's a gap, and then there's Drew, and then maybe in the last round or the last like 2 rounds, you're getting Al Horford. Now there's just some real question marks. And I think when ADP opened up, I kind of assumed Jaylen Brown was going to be ranked somewhere in the mid-20s, and then would get, but I thought he was going to get picked around like 18 to 15, right? Now seeing him moved all the way up to 13, I think that's tough, man. I think that's a tough price to pay off if you're a little bit nervous about what they're going to look like in March and April. And I don't know what the move is, because after Jaylen Brown, like, I mean, Scotty ahead of JB, fine. But I think you could make a case to take Devin Booker and Karl Anthony Towns over Jaylen Brown this year. I do. And LeBron James. LeBron makes me a little bit more nervous. But and it's not that big of a difference. I just wish JB's ADP was like this, 18, 19, 23. I think his ceiling is higher than all of those guys. I really do. I mean, there is a path forward, right? Where if somehow the Celtics, like, again, if somehow the Celtics overachieve here and the East sucks enough that like they are a couple games over 500, they're flirting with like a 4, 5, 6 seed, that means Jaylen Brown is playing full minutes, 2, averaging like 27, 7, and 7, right? Like an all NBA ass year. And if that's the case, then yeah, you can make a bull case for Derek White. But I think you kind of have to make that decision now. Well, not now, but like with each draft of like, do I think the Celtics are going to, because Jaylen Brown is so overpriced if they're not, like if they're tanking, he's so overpriced. Like it's crazy to be like, we should take LeBron over Jaylen Brown. But if I know LeBron's playing, like at least LeBron will be playing down the stretch, especially in the Western Conference where they're not going to be able to rest anybody. If the Lakers are resting people down the stretch, it means they're out of the playoffs. It means Luka missed like 30 games because the West is just too tight. Pause. It's just too tight. We got to get 2 more people in this draft. We got to do it. We got to draft. It has been 49 minutes of vamping. We need to do it. We are going to we get to the 5 o'clock hour, though, it's turning into happy hour. We're getting that beer. We're getting it. But I think what's going to end up happening is we're going to fill this draft in the next 5 minutes. I feel pretty confident. I might rip a baseball draft here in a second, but I know TST will run away. I know he'll run away. I've been enjoying some of the dailies in baseball, though. It's just so hard to nail baseball. It really is. But I've been enjoying it. No, I'm okay right now, Mike. Thank you, though. Drinks are in the cart, headed for checkout. Jared, what are we drinking? What are we sipping on, J-Mag? What are we sipping on? Yeah, Emmanuel Klaus news. That sucks, man. That sucks. I mean, it's tough to have like a very strong gambling take right now while we're doing a show about gambling. But I thought June Lee had a pretty good Twitter thread on it. I don't know if people follow him. But just like the way that we, start approaching this, like maybe closer to an addiction than to, look at this idiot, although it still is an idiot, but, treating it more like an addiction because clearly, I don't know. I don't know the situation behind it. It's wild to me that 2 different relievers from the same team get bust. Or no, one was a starter, right? One of them's a starter and a closer. That's nuts. That is nuts. Yeah, it sucks though. We don't need any more Pablo Torre finds out about that stuff, But it's too bad. Yeah, that was that the reliever, Mike, or was that was the starter, right? Or was it the same for both of them? Because I remember like all the videos going around for Luis, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if that was true for both of them. Oh, Consiglieri's in. We're down for one more. We're down for one more. Oh yeah, that was the starter. All right, here we go. I am going to get the drink. I'm going to do it. We're 51 minutes in. I'm going to do it. Hold on. I'll be back. This thing is going to start soon. This thing is going to start soon. Don't go anywhere. Do you guys want a video? Oh, it's starting now. Let's see. Where are we drafting? Where are we drafting? Let's see. Okay, we're drafting 6. All right, let me adjust this. And we are. We're going to go. Like, I waited till the thing starts to leave you guys. We'll be back after these messages. All right, we didn't even miss a pick yet. Who do we got in here? So we got Weisberg picking 4, Consigliere 5. We got I don't know who Mafatilia. Is that unfiltered? Could it be unfiltered? Seen a Ricky in there. Who else we got? Oh no, unfiltered's right there at 9. We've got JS there at 10, Jeb at 11, Matty Harrison rounding things out. There we go. That's fun. This is fun, guys. See, it's fun when it fills. It's fun when it fills. Also, what she said. This is your last draft. How many have you done so far unfiltered? I think this is my 16th. I'm going to shut it down too. I'll probably go to about 20. The schedule is important, right? Although, listen, so many people stopped drafting like Paulo, right? Wasn't Paulo one of the guys that they were like, oh, the Magic are pretty, their playoff schedule is bad. And then Paulo was like one of the highest scorers during the playoff run, right? Well, Jokic, Wemby, Giannis start, right? Here we go. Luka goes 4. I kind of going back and forth of picking like Cade or Paulo at this spot. So SGA goes. Yeah, we'll just take Paulo. We'll just take Mr. Banchero. We'll just take Mr. Banchero here at 6. Oh, wait, no. What contest are you in, Jared? Let me see. Is it another one? Jared, you know what? You can unregister Jared if you want. You can unregister if you want. Just go to the info of the draft and you can scroll down and leave it if you want. That's so funny though that you that's so funny that you're not in this. All right, let's see. Sabonis going at 8, kind of fun there. And then we go Anthony Edwards at 9, AD at 10. Let's see what old Jebbaruni does. He goes ice tray. All right, we'll yell at you, Consigliere. Also, we got a Tranquil Waters beer from Common Roots Brewing Company. I don't know where they're out of, but I got this from the Astoria Beer and Cheese place. Oh, it's New York. Nice. All right, so Barnes and LeBron at the corner. There we go. So LeBron over Jaylen Brown. I'm speaking to the people. I've talked to everybody off Jaylen Brown. And then Book Cook right there. I do. I think I'm starting to talk myself into a little bit more Devin Booker this year. All right, back to be on the clock. Let's switch back over here. All right, the Gooner goes nice and early. We're gonna goon. Actually, I guess that's where the Goon's supposed to go. Let's get some JJ. Hey, JJ, let's get some Jalen Johnson. All right, that's a fun start. Pretty basic. Pretty basic and boring, but I kind of like it. Let's see. Can I zoom in a little bit more? How does that look over there for you guys? It looks okay. Oh, wow. So how did you not get in that, man? I don't understand how you're not in this. Because they wouldn't have 2 of them open at the same time. And you've been in it the whole time? All right, Weisberg gets J-Dub, so we get a little wing run here. A little wing run. Do you guys think they do anything different with the Thunder's minutes this year? Probably not, right? I just wonder if they like take their foot off the gas a little bit. And not that they won't be the favorite, and not that they won't be the 1 seed, but I wonder if they're like, um, we don't have to win 60 plus games. Man, that's so weird. If you were in it that whole time, there's no reason you shouldn't be in this one. That's right. There you go. That's the right attitude. But yeah, I've been thinking about the Thunder. They just had a long season, you know? All right, so Amon goes 23, and then we get a little guard run. So C.E. Quinn starts Joker, Brunson, Giddy at 25. I got to tell you, I think I got to move Giddy up a little bit. Giddy up. I just haven't been drafting him. Yeah, get the toppage minutes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering about TST. The only one, for whatever reason, I feel comfortable with is J-Dub. All right, so we got Spida goes off. Weisberg has a Luka J-Dub start. Let's see what he does here. Takes Franzi. Let's see what GM Shorty does. I'm having a tough time clicking Steph Curry, y'all. I really am. Joel Embiid, there we go. Get funky with it. I think I want to take LaMelo. Yeah, I don't want to take Cooper yet. I want to get a guard in here. I'm going to take some LaMelo. Dude, he just got tattoos of Cheetos, man. Like, what could go wrong? That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. Yeah, Topich man. All right, I see you, Consigliere. Jared says I could see Isaiah Joe not playing much, probably like 8 minutes a game to end quarters with Shea. Yeah, I think that's probably right. I think that is probably right. And like, yeah, you can't draft Caruso. I do think I think Chet's probably going where he should go. I think Hartenstein will play a little bit more. Yeah, it's Hershey. Matas is going so high, man. He's going like in the late 60s, early 70s. And I'm having a tough time clicking there. But I think you got to redo it. It's Hershey. What do you think? So if they get rid of Vooch, what are they doing? Are they playing like Jalen Smith and Zach Collins the center minutes? Oh, Maddie, that is hot, dude. He goes Scotty Barnes, LeBron James, Zion, and Chet. You know what? I fuck TST, man. I gotta move Zion back up. This is the Zion year. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. But I think people are thinking about Isaiah Hartenstein like he was in the playoffs. And I don't think he'll be as effective as he was in the regular season last year, but I don't think he'll be as good, as bad as he was in the postseason either. I think he's gonna play. I think a little bit more than that, but maybe not. Zach and man, that's such a gross thing. All right, what did you say? Unfiltered, the same concept. Oh yeah, but Zion and Chet's just hotter. That's all I'm saying. We'll take Denny or Big Z. I don't know. Let's get Denny. Let's get a third wing here, and then I think we might shut down the Wang spot here for a while. We're gonna shut down the wing spot for a while. We're gonna do guards and bigs, I think, the rest of the way. Although a lot of bigs have been going, so we might have to spray and pray some bigs a little bit later. Chet All NBA. Hey, man, I hope so. I think the Thunder would be fine that he got All NBA after he already signed the extension because there's no extra incentives in his deal. I think they'd be fine with that. Weisberg goes for Big Z. Yeah, I was going back and forth between Denny and Zubac. I'm glad Consigliere got a Clipper and Kawhi. Happy for you. It's also crazy for this draft to take forever to fill, and like we're in the 5th round already. You can tell it was like we were edging for the last hour, and the second the draft started, it was like click, 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 click. Let's look at some squads here early on. Weisberg, Luka, J-Dub, Franz, Zubac, Consigliere, SGA, KD, Embiid, Kawhi. Unfiltered with the White, Mobley, Cat, Ant-Man. Yeah, that's a fun start too. Pushing wings, unfiltered, pushing them wangs. Jeb with a Trey, JB, Maxi, Hero. Look at you guys. Some fun builds in here. Yeah, 8. What, you think 6-man for AJ? You think AJ plays more minutes than Topich this year? I'm so excited for you guys for Topich. That's fun. An embarrassment of riches. All right, Triple J goes off the board. Mike takes Bane. Oh, I wanted to be done here with. with the gay. I mean, with the Wangs, but hmm. Man, I don't really want to. Dyson Daniels is so expensive, but we'll take Dyson Daniels here. If I'm pushing guard back, I don't want Dyson Daniels to be my first guard, but I do feel a little bit better about him being my second guard. I still think this is too expensive. Yeah, Consigliere, they turned the injuries off this season, so we should be okay. Should be okay. All right, let's see what Unfiltered does here. But yeah, Dyson Daniels is just really expensive, but we'll get a share. Gets AR-15, Mr. Reeves, then Bridges goes. I don't really want to draft Bridges too much, but him falling to 58 feels kind of nice. That is kind of nice. All right, Jeb. Kobe White, there you go. I think I will try to do. I bet you, Maddie. Oh no, you can't. I was going to say, Maddie, you're going to take Duran here, but you're not going to take a third big. I will try to enter another one here after if you guys want to see if we can fill it. If we can fill it fast, we'll do it. If not, although I got to see how many baseballs are left. Is there time? Oh yeah, only 50%. We got time. We got time. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, J Mag. Too many options. Too many options. All right, Jeb takes Duran at 62. Vucci Main at 63. Ooh, baby. We're going to push big a little bit further, I think. Does Garland fall? Can we get Garland? No, we can't. All right, we'll take dominating. We'll take dominating. As long as he doesn't leave me in Turks and Caicos. We'll see. I don't like this team. I don't like dominating being my first big. I really don't. And we only have one guard. Oh, no. We have two guards. I keep forgetting I have LaMelo. I guess I could have pushed big a little bit further and then just taken a few. But the big position is kind of weird because I think there's like a lot of elite, like the elite in the first round, right? Because we have 4 bigs going in the first round. Then you've got that Sengun, Bam, Mobley range along with Zion and Chet. But then I really like once Zubac hits, I don't really love anybody else. Excuse me, until we get late, like into the 90s. But I'm drafting from a weird spot. Kind of hard to game plan this here. But LaMelo toes, baby. But we have 3 wings, right? Denny, Paulo, Jalen. All right. So let's look at what we got here. Poole's still on the board. Bucelis is still on the board. We got Sharp. We got Simons. Bucelis goes. Weisberg takes Sar. It was a good pick there, Weisberg. I think we're going to take Walker Kessler here. I was deciding between Sar and Kessler or really forcing somebody up. So that helped make the decision a little bit. Yeah, the Sar thing is like the range of outcomes probably pretty high on Alex Sar. What I really like is that they just don't have anybody else. The only other bigs currently on the roster, Tristan Vukcevic and what's his name? Marvin Bags. I do think it's pretty important that we get some guards here coming up. But I do like that range of like Monk and Castle and KPJ and D'Lo and that crew. So I'm not like too concerned here. Rudy goes off the board. I wanted my fast PP. Actually, I might do something a little crazy here. Oh no, I won't. When did he go? Oh, I missed it. All right, let's get Malik Monk. We'll take Monk over Scoot in this one. Getting a lot of Monk these days, but again, they don't have a point guard, so we'll see what happens. Where is Flip getting drafted? Gonna feast late. Yeah, he actually just started getting boosted recently. It's a good question, Jared, but he's been going on he's been getting drafted a little bit earlier. I think I have him ranked right around ADP. I spelled Kyle wrong. Yeah, wow, his ADP's gone up like I think close to 10 spots. I have him ranked at 128. He's going just under 130. I feel like he was going at 133 like 3 days ago. It's crazy how quickly that's moving. All right, DeJounte Murray goes at 87. People must know something that I don't know. Like DeJounte's not playing for a while, right? Am I missing something? I do not understand. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, not only that, but there's a chance they trade Walker Kessler, right? There we go. That's great. That's A+ joke there. It's Hershey. Wait, did I not Matt? Oh, Matt, did this time out? What happened? Oh, the draft's coming back this way. God, I was looking at the wrong spot. Porzingis at 97 there. We see D'Lo goes. Hmm. I'm going to take Keontae. I was thinking about Kuminga there. I actually think Kuminga is now starting to get to a price point where I like it quite a bit. I like the idea. I mean, Kuminga tells you everything you need to know. Remember, who was it? Ace Bailey? Remember when Ace Bailey was like, I only want to play for like New Orleans, Washington, or somebody else? That's kind of what Kuminga's doing right now, where he's like, I only want to play for Phoenix and Sacramento. Sacramento, I don't love as much because I feel like he's going to be in a similar role and now it'll be a secondary one. But if he goes to Phoenix, I mean, he's immediately the second best player on that team, right? No need for the cum bucket. Yeah, not yet. Not yet, though. Not yet. Man, great nickname. Just A+ all around. No notes. Let's do some team check-ins here. Let's look at YC. He's got Luca, J-Dub, Franz. Then went Z, Bain, RJ Barrett at 69, followed by SAR, FVV, and John Collins. GM Shorty, Consig. He got SGA, KD, and B. Then went Kawhi, Ingram, Allen, Matherin, Scoot, Edgecombe. Matty Harrison's at Scotty Barnes, LeBron, then Zion Chet, Scam Thomas quickly, Bailey, Ivy, Storm and Norman, Dylan Harper, Jeb over here with Trey, JB, Maxi, Hero, Kobe, Duran, Cam Johnson, and Yeka, Aaron Gordon, Klingon. How many wings do you have, Jeb? Oh, no, you got Jaylen Brown. I forgot about Jaylen Brown. Then Unfiltered here with Ant-Man, Catman, Mobes, White, Reeves, Bridges, the McKell, Shaden Sharp, Rudy Gobert, Tobias Harris, Keegan Murray. We're on the clock. I think I'm going to take Khalil Ware here and then call it a day at the big position. So I'm going to end with 3 bigs here. We're done with the bigs. So for my recap, we've got LaMelo, Dyson Daniels, Malik Monk, and Keontae. We started 3 of our first 4 picks were Wangs with Paulo Banchero, Jalen Johnson, and Denny Avdia. And then we went Ayton, Kessler, Ware. I'm fine with these 3 bigs. I kind of don't want to be dumpster diving for bigs when my first one is DeAndre Ayton. I know you could make the case to draft a 4th big. I don't think I want to do that just for, ceiling and stuff. And so with those 3, I think we'll shut it down there, let that ride. There we go. Patrick says, how much do you think the Blazers changed with the addition of Holiday and eventually Dame? I feel like towards the end of the year last year, they were gelling. Well, Dame's definitely not playing this year, right? And I think Holiday for Simons actually leans in. I don't like the trades. I don't like the Holiday trade. I don't really like I mean, I like Dame going back to Portland. I don't like the move for Portland as a team. Like, it doesn't really make sense. Feels like they're just trying to help sell the team. But I think Holiday does fit in line with how they were playing last season more than Simons does. I think they liked what they were seeing from Scoot. They have a little bit more invested in him. They decided they weren't going to pay Simons. Holiday plays the type, like the reason Portland started playing better was because of the defensive tenacity they were bringing. Holiday fits in with that. And I think he's like a good locker room guy. Again, I was surprised. No one was offering Dame that much money. So I was just surprised by that. Kyle Filipowski, there you go. He goes at 122, mentioning him a little bit earlier. That's pretty early. Pretty early. But I mean, actually, it's not that early. All right, let's see. Bunch of big run here. We got a Hartenstein, Filipowski, Claxton. Oh, no, I'm going the wrong way. All right, so we probably need some Wangs and some guards. This might be a Vassell situation. Oh, Vassell just went to Weisberg. We do probably need another wing here. Yeah. Bilal Coulibaly, welcome aboard, baby. Let's keep it going. Keep the Coulibaly going. We continue to draft him all of the damn time. We'd love to see it. Yeah, Mike, I like yours too. I feel like you chickened out a little bit with I don't mean chickened out, but like the Fred VanVleet, John Collins run is pretty boring, but I understand it. I think Fred VanVleet's usage takes like a pretty big dip this season. This is more like safety and security, but like I get it. We got a Restock Shea, Bradley Beal run right there. All right. But I do really like that team. I wasn't trying to shit on the team. I like that team a lot. Thank you, Jared. He is a chicken. All right, we want Neesmith, Tari Eason. Man, Tari Eason is somebody I would love to draft more. I just feel like that's like an OKC problem where I think he's going to play. Like, there's just so many minutes to go around. He was somebody I wanted to see get traded. I feel like you give him the right amount of minutes. Hell yeah. All right, Drew Holiday goes. Wait, is this really going to happen? Oh, did we get both of the guys we wanted right there? Yeah, Jared, you're gonna have to tell us who those guys were. Yeah, let's get Trey Johnson. Sure, why not? Yeah, Jared, you got to tell us who is your heart team right now that's happening. Who are you drafting while you're not in this in this contest? Is anybody waiting for another one to start? Just curious how many are waiting. Because I do think I would like to draft a little more baseball before the slate locks, but I think I got time. Oh yeah, this locks at 646. And how full is it? 53%. Do you guys, was it 50K up top last year for the double dribble? And I think it was like I can't remember if I'm confusing the playoffs with the regular season. Or was it 100K for the, I couldn't tell if they made it bigger or not. Or I can't remember if they did. Where do you guys think it was 100K? Thank you, Jim. Where do you guys think Russell Westbrook is going to go? Because I don't think he's going back to the Lakers, and he wants to stay west. I don't think he's going to the Clippers. I don't like, yeah, Sacramento. I was wondering if Phoenix would throw something at him or like Golden State. If he went to Phoenix, he's probably like a second round pick, right? All right, so Walker goes 146. All right, what's my build here? I got to focus up. We're at a 5-4-3. Let's just look at guards and wangs. Colin Sexton goes off the board. Sexton would have been a fun one there. I actually think I'm going to take Davion Mitchell here. I want to get a little bit more Davion Mitchell in my life. Right, 5-4-3. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get a little Davion in there. We like Davion. I was pretty impressed with his postseason. I mean, I don't think he's going to shoot like 40% from three or whatever it was, but I like it. Yeah, I don't think like Chicago. I see you in the chat, Consigliere. I think he made it like pretty clear he wanted to stay in the West. Golden State wouldn't bring him, right? I feel like he wouldn't make sense with that offense. And Gary Payton hasn't found a home yet either, right? Very interesting. Very interesting. Oh, Jeb had to draft his best friend Ty Jerome there. Yeah, I was actually seeing some Laker buzz, Weisberg. But I wonder if they're just waiting. I mean, Golden State still yet to have done a single move this offseason. There we go. Well done, Consigliere. All right, so Karis LeVert, Dylan Brooks. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. I forgot about the Marcus Smart signing. I thought Phoenix did a good job getting Jordan Goodwin back. I don't know how many people are paying attention to Jordan Goodwin, but I really do like Goodwin's game. Oh, I was just going to take Cole Anthony. I'll take Jeremiah Fears, though. So that leaves us with what? The 15th and the 16th round. I think I'm probably going to double-click wings here. So my guards are going to wind up being LaMelo, Dyson Daniels, Malik Monk, Keontae George, Trey Johnson, Davion Mitchell, Jeremiah Fears. My bigs will end up being DeAndre Ayton, Walker Kessler, and Khalil Ware. Right now for the wing position, we have 4. We have Paolo, Jalen Johnson, Denny Avdia, Bilal Coulibaly. So I think we'll finish this up with Wang Wang. But I feel pretty good for this team from the Paolo start. Yeah, I was deciding between those two guys right there. There was one other wing that I was looking at, but I was hoping he'd fall. But I was looking at Keyshawn George too, but either one works. Yeah, I kind of wanted Jaime Jaquez. I think I for whatever reason like Jaime more in the 15th round than I do in the 14th round, which makes no sense. All right, so these are my wing options here. We got Middleton, and then it gets pretty ugly. I want to see if there's anybody I've been like overshadowing here, not paying enough attention to. Bryce Sensabaugh goes off the board. All right, we're clicking some wings here. Asa Newell, huh? From Atlanta. Anybody else? Any other wings we're missing here that people are excited about? I think we want to be shooting for upside here. I'm going to go back to Taylor Hendricks well. He was someone I was super overweight on. I actually liked what I saw from him early in that Utah season last year. And then he had that gruesome leg break. And when that happened, I mean, obviously that shut him down. That was 9 months ago now. It looks like when he after he had undergone surgery, should be ready to go for camp. from from what position though, unfiltered? You mean like from the wing position, just in general? It's the only way I know how. Wait, that's weird. Why is it not? Oh, I see what's happening. StreamYard be tweaking. I do love the Jay Huff last round pick. Although you got too many bigs now. Oh no, is that 4? Maddie, is that 4? That's 4. Okay. Tatum went 178. I was kind of hoping Tatum was going to be there at the end. All right, here we go. Here we go. Last pick of the draft. See you, Jared. Thanks for hanging, man. We'll find another wing here. I think I might go Jovic. Brandon Clark's fun too. Jovic off the board. Also, I feel like we need to be taking Kama and Maluk a little bit more. Maluk. Let's get Simone Fontecchio. I want some Simone. Simone Fontecchio. All right, quickly. And then I'll jump in another one and see like what it looks like here. So Maddie here. Actually, I'll pop it out. You can't see it. Maddie finishes with, as Underdog is moving slowly. Matt finishes with Scott Barnes, LeBron James, Zion Williamson, Chet Holmgren, Cam Thomas, IQ, Ace Bailey, and Jaden Ivey. Norman Powell, Dylan Harper, Reese Shea, Beal, Schroeder, Shep, and then Cockbrenner and Jay Huff. That's pretty solid there. Jeb over with the ice tray start, then Jaylen Brown, then ripped off 3 guards in a row. Maxi Hero and Kobe White. So starts with a 4-1-0 build, then gets Duran, Cam Johnson, Okongwu, Gordon, Klingon. I like it. Wiggins and Neesmith, followed by Ty Jerome, Karis LeVert, Young Hassan, and Jay Will in the last round. Unfiltered went Ant-Man, Catman, Mobes, White, Reeves, Mikal Bridges, Shaden Sharp, Rudy, Toby, Keegan Murray, PJ Washington play the drop, Herb Jones, Klay Thompson, Ayo Dosunmu, Terrence Shannon, Kelly Oubs. And then you've got Consigliere had SGA, KD, Embiid, Kawhi, Ingram, Allen, Mathurin, Scoot, Edgecombe, McConnell, Collier, Gafford, Scottie Pippen, Jeremy Grant, Neek Clifford, and Clarkson with the last round pick. Weisberg over there with the Luka, J. Dub, Franz, Zubac, Bain, RJ Sarr, Fred VanVleet, JC, Bub, Carrington, Vassell, Knupel, Eves, Missy, Keyshawn, George, Noah, and then CMB from the Raptors. And then last, I already went over mine, but Paolo, JJ, LaMelo, Denny, Dyson, DeAndre Walker, Malik, Keontae, Kalel, Bilal, Trey, Davion, Fears, Hendricks, Simone Fontecchio. You love to see it. We got the draft in. We got it in. We got it in. Mike, you want to trade some W for a guard? No way. No way. I love where I'm at. Listen, I'm going to jump in another one. Let's see what it looks like. No guarantees we do this, okay? But if it fills quickly, I'll fire it off. If not, we'll shut it down, you know? We're waiting for 7. I'll wait here for like 2 minutes, but otherwise, we'll mix it up. Opposite strategy than last year, you're saying? Yeah. Yeah, Weisberg did a good job of that one. Weisberg, honestly, been on a little bit of a heater here with some of his drafts. He's been cooking. Yeah, I've been trying to, refocus a little bit for this year's strategy. Like, I think last year it was you needed to be so focused on the wing position. And I think with the league getting a little bit deeper, but also Underdog adjusting some of the positions for these guys, like RJ Barrett going from guard to a wing, J-Dub going from guard to a wing. The wing position got beefed up a little bit. And I think because of that, it allows us to maybe like fire on some guards a little bit. Like before, it seemed insane to not have like 3 guards in the first 5 or 6 rounds. Now I think you can get away with it. Okay, and I also don't think guard is as juicy as it like last year. There were so many late great guard picks. This year it like thins out a little bit. Where the wing position, I mean, you're getting somebody like Obi Toppin who's going to play like major minutes, pretty late in the draft. Jaime Hawkins, you can't say that about, but like Andrew Wiggins, another guy going pretty late in the draft. So I don't know. I think what we'll do is call it. I was hoping this was going to be like 4. There'd be like 4 of us waiting and then be like, okay, let's cook. But with how slow this is moving, today, and with 6 left, we'll call it there. But we'll do this again this week. We'll probably do this a couple of times. Look, I moved my chair down, and now I look like I'm a little kid with my hat and my mustache. But I appreciate everybody hanging out. That was a good one. Good draft, everybody. Good work. Good work. Proud of the stuff we did. We'll be back later this week. This is honestly, most of the content is going to be like, I haven't really talked about this too much, but slowing down the NBA bit for the next couple of weeks, probably until I come back from vacation. If something big happens, we'll fire it up, but trying to take a little bit of time off. We'll continue drafting this week. Hoop Sense is back with the 89 Cavs tomorrow at 2 p.m., so check that out. But otherwise, we'll be back. We'll be back drafting in here in no time. In no time. All right, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for hanging.